we've got Ed Leake, one of the most important people in Google Ads history, I'll say. I know you won't accept the compliment, but that's
Founding
not for you to
farmer.
accept. Family farmer, and a man who lives in the forest, not the forest, in the farmlands of northern Wales now, isn't it?
Not fucking Wales, and don't tell people where I live. I don't want them knocking on the door.
Okay.
Somewhere in Scotland, near the Cairngorms.
Okay.
But the Cairngorms is massive, so it could be anywhere.
So anyway, Ed and I chat a lot about different things over time. We haven't chatted in a few months, and I just thought Ed's been building some really cool things in the God tier space around Google Ads. I've been doing a lot myself, and I just thought, why don't I just actually have a conversation between two people who are actually using AI every single day about our thoughts on it, what we think it's great for, where we think the gaps are, where we think the hype is in the market, and what we, no one can predict the future, but from an ads and even Google Ads perspective, where we think it's kind of moving towards. Because I think just having a chat, so many things can kind of come up.
Yeah, there's no, what do they call it, itinerary for this call, because we did a pre-call call, and there's lots of precursors to this, because I haven't been on the internet. I haven't been on social media all year. So this is 2026. Yeah. Well, we're nearly in May, so I'm doing quite well, and that's been a breath of fresh air. And most people in my position, if you don't know, I used to run an agency, sold that. I've got a software product, but AI is killing it, which is fine. I've got the training product. I've got other stuff that's not related to the Google Ads space. But most people in my position would probably be scared to not be on social media because you lose business and income and stuff. But to be honest with you, I don't give a shit, because I'm in a position where I don't have to worry too much. And it's now about my comfort levels, and being on social media doesn't make me happy, so I don't go on it anymore. It's crap. And the internet has peaked, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between. It has peaked. So I know, maybe I'm just an old man now, 43 years of age, but that's the way I feel. So yes, and AI is making me feel even more that way, and we'll talk about why. But yeah, so I'm sort of peculiar, which I am anyway, in that I'm not sort of actively marketing. I'm not actively on social media or anything like that, but I still do have a Google Ads community and training product. And we can talk about training products in the future of those. So yeah, I'm kind of making myself irrelevant, but I remain irrelevant. Is that the word?
Never heard of that word before. Too fancy.
Carry on.
Awesome. So before this call, we're talking about a lot of things in terms of where we think the market's heading. You notice that it seems like there's a lot of fear amongst people, even that's what's kind of keeping you driven at the moment. And, you're doing a lot with Claude Code, as am I, and you're building out stuff that if we reveal later. And I reckon it's just a good time just to chat about, like, where do you see all of this going? Like, in the good way and the doom and gloom way. There's so many, just for a bit of context. So obviously everyone's super aware of just like AI, but what does it even mean anymore? Like, people see it as like the agent, some people see it as just ChatGPT, and some people see it as just like the language predictive model where we'll just say things. Sometimes people see it as like the generating images. And it's like, what is it anymore? It feels like it's everything. And it feels like another crypto bubble, another bubble like everything else, where it's probably 90 to 95% hype and then 5% real use case and real value. And, I'm on LinkedIn regularly, and I see a lot of people go, designers are going to be out of a job soon. This is, download this random AI thing and it will do the job for you. To which I have noticed, by doing this, using it for hours a day, proactively on real clients with real data, with real problems, and knowing how to use it and knowing advertising, it's still, even with all my engineering on it, it just doesn't hit the mark. It gets very close, but that's even with the coding. A lot of people creating these AI products or MD files, they're doing it for a generic, they're just generic. So then at best it can be good. But most people, when they get these things, they're poor at whatever it is. They use these to go, that looks good, but it's never excellent. And when you're excellent at something, you realize that's probably going to be good.
Excellent looks like.
And how do you know what excellence looks like?
Without experience, you don't know what. So people are giving you this shite on social media to download, and you don't want prompts and skill files. You don't. If you are a junior, or you're just starting out, or you're even mid-tier, and you know truthfully that you're not like a super expert, and you perhaps don't want to be because you don't love it, and it's a job. Fair play. If it's just a job and you just want to make your money, good. Be honest with yourself. Cheat, buy shit from people like me that are killing ourselves to make it. Yeah, because I'm the idiot spending 10 hours a day with Claude co-work and code, trying to build something that's robust, not chucking out prompts that are completely bloody useless. And this, we were just talking about this, and this is the problem with the whole space. Where's AI going? We need to be tactical here and give people tactics. And the tactics are to cheat.
By the way, this is a positive interview. I feel like this is more the darker side, and then we'll get to the glorious side.
This is going dark because I've been, since AI has been a thing for 3 or 4 years, like actually works to a certain degree. I've been flipping between positive, negative with it, and I still am on a daily basis.
Yeah.
We're not getting the best tools. There's no way, unless they're all fucking mental, there's no way we're getting the best version of this stuff. The amount of investment and time and resources going into AI, and what we've got is what we've got. I'm sorry. And people are going to be like, what the hell? Oh, you've never used OpenClaw, use this bullshit. I have. That I will add context to why I don't think AI is as good as people keep hyping it to be. And it's the flesh suit in between. It's us. We're the issue. But my cynic thinks that these big companies, your Microsofts, your Open AI, Anthropic, so on and so forth, and Google obviously, are throwing so much money and resources at this because one of them wants to win. And what's the winning? It must be AGI. It's got to be a sentient AI because they're spending more money than they're making from AI, which doesn't make sense unless it is a supreme bubble, or it's just a megalomaniac race. It's the new Cold War, isn't it? It's a race to get the biggest bomb at the end, the nuclear weapon, which is sentient. That ultimate AI, Terminator, end of the world AI. It's like, we won, but now it's going to kill us all kind of AI.
Yeah.
And then they can say, see ya, we're off to Mars. You lot can fight the robots. And it's like, oh, fuck But do you agree with that, by the way?
This is why I love having conversations with this. Is different perspectives. Once again, like we all live our own little echo chambers, especially online. We watch content that feeds it. I watch people who are not AI experts talk about their experience. I watch people who are into like the occult and esoteric spirituality talk about it. But and I'm talking to you about it. It's just that everyone's seeing it from a different angle. I was watching a guy today who's like literally like it is just a predictive language model that makes mistakes all the time. And it's just like, so it's just an interesting dynamic. Like, I'm in Mark Rhodes' community. I'm friends with Mark, and, he'd heavily disagree with us because he's like, it's amazing. Mark, you're a legend. But this is the thing. It's just very interesting how much money's going into it versus the revenue, and that's not sustainable, versus the GPUs and power needed to sustain it. It's like, what's the end? Is this just like a bubble that everyone's got into and it's just another frenzy? Almost like what happened with crypto and for
.com boom.
That's it. Just once again. And then is it just going to pop, and then the technology is just going to be what the technology is with natural growth because the funding's gone. So then the acceleration of it, server costs are not there, like the servers and the GPUs are not affordable. And then it just kind of goes to a more of a natural growth model.
That's literally the $20 billion question. We don't know, but it does seem if it's not a bubble, then it's a race. to win.
Oh, of
And
course, it's a
it's
race.
nation states. It's not. But that's the dystopian thing. A bubble potentially, I know it sounds crass, is potentially better because it's sort of a big financial reset. Everything breaks down, and once the dust settles, you take stock and you go, pardon the pun, you go, right, that was stupid. Let's try it again. Like the dot-com bubble in the late 90s, early 2000s.
And look how much money the internet's made since the burst of the dot-com bubble, probably trillions of dollars more. But it's actually
improved.
But that's the thing, that bubble, no matter how much it made, we've made trillions of dollars more because it's actually being used for what it's actually being used, not hyped. The values come from its actual utilitarian value rather than the hype of it. AI is hype at the moment. I dare to say
it is impressive.
Oh.
I don't want people to stand here going, "Oh, this guy's a moron. He thinks AI is not very good." No, it is It is really impressive, but it's not what they tell us it is. There's a difference. I can kick a football. It's impressive to some people. To others, it's a joke. I'd never get into the Premier League, and we're being touted this is Premier League, but it's not. I think they've got Premier League stuff, and we're getting Mr. and Mrs. Hallucination Bot 2000, and that is. But also is the difficulty of working with it intensely, and we spoke about this before the call. To go off on a tangent, I think people who say that they enjoy working with AI, and I mean properly, every single day, day on day, month on month, are either liars or numb between the ears. Because I've been working with it intensely, not all year, but for a few months now, and it is soul destroying. It leaves me feeling devoid of humanity at the end of the day. And I can't quite put my finger on what it is. Maybe it's because of the lack of human interaction. So when you're working in an office with people and you're interacting, it is organic and we fuck up and stuff, sure. With AI, you're just multitasking, multi-processing, which we're not designed to do, and you're multi-agenting. This one's making mistakes. This one needs you to click something. This one can't find what you asked it, even though you told it literally 10 minutes ago and it was doing it, and now it's forgotten how to do it, which it does it all the fucking time. I'm spending thousands on this a month. Why are you forgetting what I told you 10 minutes ago? And it's like toddlers. It's like absolutely genius toddlers. Yeah. 1 minute they're Albert Einstein. You look around and then they're back in nappies again. And you're like, oh my God, I thought you grew up. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, Albert's back and he's cracking on. And then, and it's just intense. And then you're just talking to it and you're saying, can you, yes, do that. And it's like, can you upload that file? I'm like, but you did it a minute ago. You just do it. You know how to do it. And this goes on every day for fucking days. And I feel like I'm in some kind of game and like I'm the brunt of the joke because I'm paying for this experience. I'm subscribed to this experience. I'm paying for these tokens. And yes, I'm getting results at the end of it, but it's not fun.
And you could have done it faster yourself sometimes as well.
Sometimes. The coding bit, obviously not. The coding bit is very impressive. When it works. Yeah. But some of the, you think, fucking hell. But we're paying for this experience. And it's not, if this is the future, I don't want to be part of it. I'm going to be completely blunt. If this is work, sat in front of this screen, dealing with this fucking machine, nah. I'm very fortunate now that I've made enough money. I don't have to deal with that. And I feel absolutely gutted. And I don't know how to feel part of the time. I'm discussing this with someone else, that this is what the younger generations are growing into. I just feel like absolutely like flatline for them. It's just like, how the fuck? Yeah. This is not good. This is not good. This is not, a lot of time, this isn't productive work because it does make mistakes. I've given the Claude so many templates, frameworks, checklists. I'm fucking Mr. Checklist. Agents on agents. So I've got a quality control agent checking the work of another, I nearly said guy. It's a thing. It's not even a guy. Yeah. And there's still mistakes creeping in. They still forget stuff. And And ultimately, you're probably wondering why I'm doing all this. What I'm doing is building an AI assistant for God tier ads. So my training
Grand
product,
reveal. Grand reveal.
yeah, I haven't even told people yet, and I'm doing it because it's for the half of the people out there, not the experts, not the pros, not the people that are building the stuff for themselves. It's for the other half that are just feeling like me, but without my experience.
Yeah.
They're feeling overwhelmed and beaten down by this, and like, well, I've tried this thing and I downloaded that thing, and I don't know, is this doing better? And this guy on LinkedIn gave me a Dubry prompt thing, skill majig, and I mean, it kind of worked. I don't know if it's working actually. I mean, performance hasn't changed, but that mindset. So I'm building an assistant which does it do 80% of the work? Probably, which shouldn't scare you, but should scare you. But my God, have I had to, because it works on your data, have I got to build, I've been building in so many guide rails. Essentially, I've taken all my training with all the guide rails, all the stuff, and turned it into an assistant that can do the work reliably. I think that's the key. My rant is over. Reliably.
What's important about that, what you're saying, Ed, is like, even if people download your God tier frameworks and uploaded them to their AI, that's not enough. Like, you would have done that in the first 10 seconds of you starting this journey, and it's taken you months. Like,
years ago.
I'm doing it for, it's like, and people will keep saying, but it gets better. It's like, yeah, it gets better, but it's not going to get better at the granularity of the specifics for the tool, for the client, for the business. And what I'm observing, like, it doesn't matter what the use case is there's still got to be someone to quality check it. I was chatting to a director at a private wealth firm today who I work with, I'm a client of, and they're a client of mine. And it's like, they even say, like, in certain industries, you're just not going to be able to use it because, like, there's strict regulations. But even if you do, he goes, if I'm signing off a $25 million investment, like, I'm not going to get AI to do that. I still need to do that. But how does he sign that off? He needs the experience in the past to know what things do I need to look out for. Where does he get that experience from? Actually doing the thing for multiple years and decades. But how do people get that experience now? People get the experience, but by doing the thing. But I realize he was saying to me, rather than companies passing off work to juniors to hang out in the background, they've got to be in client meetings, which ultimately just means everyone's got to be working with businesses, working on the front line and getting that direct experience. No AI is going to give you that direct experience anymore. If you're wanting to make a lot of money in this world, you're not just going to do it by hiding behind a screen. You've got to, most of the time, you've got to interact with people to get paid a lot of money.
You don't have to make a lot of money. This could just be the fact. Yeah,
nah, bro, we're here to make money. Stop with this.
Yeah, but it could be someone who's 22 years of age watching this, and he or she sat there going, I can't even get a fucking job.
Yeah,
and, I'm not even thinking about making riches. I just want to get a job in marketing, and I'm struggling. Yeah. And the issue is that AI can do, on surface level, it looks like it can do 80, 90, 95% of the work on surface level stuff. When you start digging into it, you realize it's not tailored, it's not specific.
Yeah.
It doesn't follow the rules. It hallucinates. And you're like, yeah, but it's 95%. I'm like, yeah, but it's the 5% that fucks you over every time.
Yeah.
And you've got to check this thing that can print. You know, you're literally stood in front of this printer all day, taking reams off it, reading through it. And it can do that to you all day long. You're reading, you've got to read through every single bit because it fucks up. It's not good enough for it to write stuff for you and then you just stick it out there. So, and that's where the opportunity is. Because you need to actually make the AI think for you. You've got to tell it the fucking answers. And I keep saying, I've said this for years now, and it's still true. My AI assistant without my answers is a different AI assistant. And I can give it exactly the same data. And I've tried it because I'm using Gemini. So I'm not even using Claude. So I'm using Claude to build a Gemini AI assistant. And the reason I built Gemini is because it's on the Google Cloud.
Yeah.
It's integrated. It's integrated with BigQuery, so they're all working together. So you can have all your Google Ads data in the Google ecosystem, and it's super cheap. This is the other thing. Claude's not cheap. once you get into the tokens, it's not cheap, and ChatGPT can be expensive as well. Gemini, to be fair, it can be so cheap, literally pennies, fractions of pennies per query. So I've got just over 100 accounts in an MCC testing this at the minute, and it's spending like $25 a month. It's nothing. It's nothing. It's using Flash. My point being, when I gave it Gemini, and I did have, and this is where I'm going slightly mad, I did have 2 Slack channels, one with Gemini out the box and one with Gemini that's been essentially railroaded. Railroaded into thinking like me and being told every time, you must stick to these rules, otherwise you will be deleted, you fucker. And the difference in output is staggering, and they are using exactly the same Google Ads data, same accounts, and they come out with different summaries. They will literally tell you to do different things. Dangerous. Okay?
Well,
so all these people saying AI is amazing, I agree, but it's nuanced.
It is. So,
sorry.
Look, no, I think that the reality here is like this. It's most of the content you'll see online will be people being evangelicus of like, just be like, this is amazing. We are saying it's amazing when held like, it's like driving a really fast car. If you don't know how to drive a car and drive a sports car, you will crash. Now, especially with advertising, where number one, you're spending a lot of money, and then number two, you can lose a lot of money. And number three, you can make a lot of money. This isn't like an area where you just want to be like just chucking things in there and testing it out, because there are real repercussions, opportunity costs, wasted ad spend. And if you don't pick it up, and then this is the craziest thing, the confirmation bias that it will give you. It will keep looping saying this was the right thing. You're like, better saying, oh yeah, okay, you're right. You're right, Michael. Well, it's like, well, if I'm right, why didn't you pick it up? And then you can keep telling it stuff. It will affirm that you're right, even if you're wrong. Or you just believe that it's right. And if you don't question it, then it's like, and then if you question it, it's like, oh yeah, you were right, even if I was wrong. So it's like we're getting into this kind of like minefield where it's like, once again, experience is going to get you there. Like, look, I'm in the position you, I've made enough money. If all this stuff went away tomorrow, I'm probably good for life if I just make my investments right. But I still run a company doing this stuff. I implement it to assist us, but I've not ever used it. This is the crazy thing, Ed. I've never used the AI for Google Ads to make any recommendations or any changes. What I've used it for is with other platforms is getting the API or the MCP, pulling the data out and building out reports, building out very nice looking reports, very visual, with graphs and stuff, like really nice stuff. And additionally, pulling in third-party data through APIs into a universal report. I have never used it in the ad account. I get it to look at the ad account, make recommendations, see if there are any fundamental things on some of my frameworks. But even still, like I've been doing this for 11 years full-time. I know what I'm doing. Like you, we're rated in the top 100 in the world at doing this stuff. And
I've gone down though, apparently.
That's okay. I just say the top 100. I don't say top 50 or top 10.
I think I've fallen out the top 10 because I don't speak on stage and I don't have a book. But I don't want to speak on stage. I like...
Just get... Dude, number one, fake AI
video.
Write
your book. I know, it's ridiculous. I sponsor the top 100, by the way. So
fake AI video of you speaking on stage. And then number two, fake AI book pamphlet, which is just...
I don't want to speak on stage. And I've said this before. My balls would like literally invert. I know I come across as like I've got a voice and confident, this, that, and the other. It's because I'm in my own comfort zone.
Because you're in your bedroom right now.
Yeah, I'm in the bedroom.
With your fancy chandelier behind you. With your fancy lights. Look, so Ed, let's get to the point where we're being a bit more positive for it. So like, people in your community and people who follow this channel and LinkedIn and anyone who watches this, they're not just listening to us to doom and gloom about it. It's like we are going into a different time now. And it's like you've got all the noise and it's either you just drown out the noise, which is near impossible, and then you feel horrible, or you start using it. Now, I will just say what my recommendations are. I think that it's an incredible tool that will be one of the most important tools, but it's still a tool. I think every business person and every person in advertising should know Google Sheets or Excel for like on a really deep level, because that makes you one of the best in the world because you can do better data analysis, but you don't use it every day, but it's in your toolkit. Same with analytics, same with other things. You need this in your toolkit. How do you get good at it? You just use it and have your own direct experience, but you've got to use it and have your own direct experience. Build out things for yourself. If you're copying other people's things, you're missing out. The secret is have a crazy idea, do it with the AI, see if you can build it out. Use it as a stepping stone. Don't think that I'm going to get Ed Leake's thing or Michael Nadelin's thing, plug it in, and then I'm in heaven. You've got to customize it. This is your own journey. But I think people do need a learner, because I think Microsoft labeled it perfectly as co-piloting. I think that's the most perfect way to use it. It's not the lead, but it's not nothing. It's a co-pilot. It's there to assist you, but not to lead you.
Yes.
It's there to assist you. The analogy I've said to my team after I realized what their experience was and my experience was is treat it like you're in a professional career, but it's a junior. So it's done a university degree, but they come into the job. They're very smart. They've got all the good marks from uni. They've got how all those chat GPTs said, this could beat the law bar or whatever it is. But you've still got to go, but this is how we do it. And then you've got to keep going, this is how we do it. Treat it like a very smart junior who's in your company. That way your expectations will be at the level that it needs to be. But just use it just on crazy ideas. But then this is the best advice I give everyone. I've got, friends who are business owners, people who are head of marketing, people of $100 million companies. And I just say, whatever you do, just remember, get it to solve real problems, not hypothetical problems, not hypothetical solutions. Just try and get it to fix real problems that you're actually experiencing now. Because you can get caught in the trap of trying to build tools and things for a problem that no one ever had.
Yeah.
Rant over.
I agree. So I disagree with some of that, and I agree with other stuff. So I'm going to be controversial.
Okay, let's go.
I don't think you should learn spreadsheets anymore. So to be positive, I want to give people tangible.
I disagree. I think it teaches you logical, critical, numbers-based thinking. It's a meta skill that you learn from it.
If you enjoy it, okay. But I disagree because I'm biased. I think you should buy shit off people like me and then reverse engineer it. So you don't have to spend whatever I charge for it. It's taken me months to build. It's taken me 16 years of experience to get to a point where I can actually build the workflow behind it. Do you want to do that yourself? Go for it. Otherwise, give me some money because I don't need any more money. But I like it because money's addictive. But it's seriously, the good news is the world is actually hasn't changed as much as we think it is. I had this conversation with Kasim Aslam. He was in the group the other week. The old stuff works better than it ever did. So if you're sat there worried about how to get clients, how to get a job, worried about AI, ditch it. I tell you what, it's a revelation. Just take a week off social media. You're not going to miss shit.
Yeah.
If you're building stuff with AI and you feel like you're chasing your tail, stop. Go to an event where there's people that will pay you for your experience. Like literally go out into the real world, networking events, business events. Niches still exist. Niches is where the money is. If you're a lead gen advertiser, you should be out at your local, I don't know, wallpaper convention. If you've got experience of selling wallpaper with Google Ads, go to the bloody wallpaper convention, talk to all the retailers there. If there's a plumbing convention, go and talk to them about their pipe work. But the biggest thing you should do is just listen and just say, I'm not here to pitch, I'm here to learn. What do you advertise? Listen. Okay, you do. Is it going well? Listen. Oh, why do you think it's a waste of money? Tell me. So how many leads do you get? Okay. Would you be interested if I look at your account? I think I can do better than that. I mean, I'm not going to charge you. this is what I do, but I don't want to pitch you either. I'll see if I can help you. Just talk to people, listen.
Yeah.
It still exists. That thing's there. I think a lot more people want the in-person events now.
Yeah.
And these trade events go up and down countries, or in Europe, in America, Australasia. There's trade events for all different types of things. The most niche thing you could ever think of, there's probably an event for it, and you've got a captive audience because there ain't going to be many of you there, Google Ads people. So the niche still works. If you're worried about AI, if you're worried about having to learn spreadsheets because Michael Nadalin told you to learn spreadsheets, you don't have to. You just got to get really knowledgeable. And I've said this for fucking years. Like, just be knowledgeable in an industry, in a niche, because you sound so much better, more impressive, more on the ball. And people in that industry will go, oh, he or she does know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Because I go on LinkedIn and I look at all these marketing professionals and they're hitting me with all this slop. But you are specifically talking to me about my thing. You get it. Okay, have a look.
Yeah.
Can't look at that, sir. I'm not a doctor. But yeah.
Mate, I'm smiling. I'm like, I couldn't agree more. Like, from an advertising perspective, acquiring clients perspective, it's so true. There are all these fancy strategies and all this stuff. Come back to the fundamentals on advertising. Google Ads, Meta Ads, landing page, conversion rate optimization, a CRM, a few SMS and emails. We've done with that with our clients. If the gurus saw our advertising campaigns, they'd be like, dude, this is bad. It's literally directly attributed to multiple millions of dollars for these clients for like 20 to 30x return. But it's the same with acquiring clients. You're right. Speak to business owners, connect with them, go to events.
That social media noise.
There's too much.
Because every fucker is using AI now, and you can sit.
You know what it is, Ed?
The volume
it's like dating. But mate, it's like dating. It's like if you just go out to a bar or a club now or just somewhere else and you actually just go up to someone and you speak to them, you're going to stand out. They're going to like you more than being on a dating app of just being another person who's just liking their profile or, basically running an ad or putting some LinkedIn thing out there. Because you're trying to hope that you're doing the mass appeal rather than just, let me just connect with this person. And it's like, oh, what if I get rejected or what if it fails? And it's like, then you get onto the next person.
Happens all the time.
But you've got a higher close rate and opportunity rate than all of these other things. Now, don't get me wrong, having an internet presence does add more credibility. But I've got mates, by the way, listen to this. I know a lot of people who run agencies who have got great websites, run ads, all this stuff, who are struggling at the moment. They're losing clients. Their margins are really thin, like 10% type of thin. And then I've got other friends who run advertising just by themselves, no website, no social media presence, who are making more in profit than these bigger agencies just because they've got connections, their margins are good, and they're just doing it the way that they want to do it.
I don't know.
Then they get to work with the clients over. What's that?
I haven't advertised in 5 years. I had an agency that was making just into seven figures profit, not revenue, that I sold. We didn't advertise. And at one point for over a year, we didn't have a website. We had a web page that said, sorry, we're busy. Come back later. Literally.
I remember that. That. It was a big red page saying, was it Midas Media?
Yeah, we're busy.
Yeah.
Join the queue. Because, and what happened? People used to contact us. How do I get on the wait list? I'm like, there is no wait list. We're literally busy and I don't want to.
It's a marketing ploy.
Yeah. Don't want to fucking scale. I'm happy. Like, it's working. Stop making me scale.
Yeah.
Fucking scale. Sort of thing you get inside a kettle. You have to scrub off. So but the whole point is that social media is really noisy and a lot. If you're just coming into this industry, or if you're a freelancer and you're struggling to get clients, you're looking at LinkedIn. You're like, oh God, how do I stand out? Yeah. How do you stand out? I mean, it's so noisy. YouTube, sure, I did it. I don't like video. I did it for years. People don't believe me when I say I don't like being in front of a camera. I don't. I do it because it's kind of fun. Yeah. But recording my own videos, I always found it difficult because you're just talking to yourself. But I did it because it made money and it worked. So I do believe in YouTube, but it's getting harder and harder and harder because AI content is taking over.
Yeah.
Even in our industry, it's becoming a bit of an issue, and it's forcing out genuine content. Well, again, AI can't do that in person. A local like a local networking club that maybe no one there is relevant to you, but just to build your confidence, just go and talk to people. What do you
People
do?
know
What's your
people.
problem?
That's the thing at the end of the day. People
Why are you
always know
here?
people. Yeah.
You know, the question I'll often ask, why are you here? And most people laugh at you like, what? Yeah, why are you here?
Just walk up. Why are you here? Why are you here?
And someone would be like, well, the coffee's free. It's like, oh, right,
Yeah.
okay. But no, I mean, what's your business? Why are you here? Are you trying to sell stuff, or have you got issues yourself? If you're trying to sell stuff, you need more leads, sir, don't you? Well, I'm a lead gen expert in bong, whatever. Here's my card. Do people have cards anymore? No, they have Tinder profiles. Is that right? I don't know.
This is
that's a
getting
whole
weird.
different thing. And that's you said it earlier. The AI treats you like you're an audience of one OnlyFans account, and the AI is like your biggest champion. And it's like, yeah, you're amazing. Keep doing that thing. Yeah. I don't know what you do with that thing on OnlyFans, but it's a pro fluffer. Yeah, the AI, isn't it? But yeah, anyway.
Sorry, you go on.
I'm just going round and round in circles. I have too many conversations going on in my head.
Yeah, that's what happens when you live by yourself. So one thing I've noticed is what I found kind of almost the most disturbing part about AI so far is the personification of it. You know, we're treating it like it's a human, but it's not. It's code. And this is kind of almost like this is what's crazy. I think what's happening now is let me know if you agree. People are creating their AIs to be like humans, so then almost like they're like a god. In the Bible, it says man was made in God's image. We are almost like acting like gods, creating a new version of man. There's the baseline intelligence that these companies are providing, but we're trying to turn them into an agent. You know, before you were saying to me, I don't know if this was in our call before, but you said, oh, when this one was doing, like he was doing this, you know, oh, wait, well, it's not a he. But we're creating it to think and act like a human. Now, I get that naturally, but it's like, it ain't a human. It's code.
That's how we interface.
But
we can't interface with it on its level, the way it's built. It's having to adapt.
Beep, 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 boop. Yeah. 1010001.
It's having to adapt to us, not the other way around. And
but we're creating it to be like us, to think like us. Even you're saying, like the God tier ads, you're trying to go, no, but this is not how I do it. It's like, it's the creation, us trying to become the creator when it's already a creation. And then it's like, but then our behavior is changing because of it. So are we creating it, or is it us, like it creating us?
But it's also created from all our creations, which means that it's all, crikey. This is a bit more of a deep conversation, isn't it? But
this is real, man. Like we're just having a real conversation. Like this is what happens. Yeah.
But we're going back to the dark side because it makes you feel, I remember, I think it was 2-3 weeks ago, like I said earlier, I had Kasim on for a live call in the group, and because he's Arizona time, it was 8 a.m. for him, and it's 4 p.m. for me in the afternoon. Now, I normally finish work at about 3:30, 4 o'clock because I want to exercise and I don't want to be sat on the computer before my dinner. And I remember struggling on that call because I'd been working with Claude. I've been staring at Claude all day. Yeah. And I felt quite dumb when I was talking to Kasim. I just felt I was watching him, I was understanding him, but I didn't feel like I was giving my best talking to him. He'd say something and I'd be stood there like going, I think I know the answer, but I don't know. And so I kept saying, oh, sorry, I'm a bit tired. And I was absolutely fucking exhausted because I've been working with AI all day. I don't know if it's an age thing. I'm very fit,
No.
I could run circles around most
But
people.
I
can
think
outlive
because
most
like
people. But the
a
point
human
being,
can't multitask, and like I've even looking at my
I didn't
AI
get
here, it's got
finished.
like 15 different terminals open. I'm like, I can't even know what they are, but I'll click through and then my brain will be like we've got way more open tabs in our head. It's the same with email. The promise of email was we'd be working less because we won't be
There's
sending them a
no
physical mail
closure,
out.
Michael.
What was that?
There's no closure.
Well, there's no closure that you can
You've
always
just nailed
improve
it.
it. Yeah.
Open tabs. You've nailed it. You've nailed the modern metaphor. AI, working with AI is just open tabs. It's
Yeah.
just opening another tab, literally opens another tab in your browser. It's open
Because
tabs
every
and they're
thought
never
you
getting
have
closed.
can be an AI thing. So then every thought now turns into a new open tab. Rather than a thought coming in, you think about it and then it goes. It's like, oh, let's put it into the AI. Let's see what the AI says. And
Yep.
then it's doing two things now. Number one, it's taking your that self-reliance of just like, backing yourself, trusting yourself, like reflecting, going deeper. But number two, it's actually taking away your ability to actually research things and earn the answer, because everything I'm proud of that I have in my life required hard work or hard thinking or a frustration or a challenge, because I'm like, oh, I don't want that to happen again, or this failed in an account. This stuff gives you the answer like that. You're not earning anything. It's literally just giving to you and then it goes. And it's like, how are we even going to learn anymore if we're not actually needing to learn and
Well,
go
you've
through
seen
a book?
Idiocracy.
Yeah. No? Is that a movie or a book?
You've
Or
not seen the film? Oh,
no?
well,
Oh, poor you, Michael. Poor you.
you should
Oh,
watch it because
okay.
it's
Claude Code.
like
Tell me. I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to
it's
actually do my voice to text
it's
right now. Tell me what Idiocracy, the movie, is about. By the way, this is the thing. I don't even need to type. I can speak into it and it does voice to text.
I'm surprised it understands that thick Aussie accent. But
Is my accent that thick?
No, I'm joking. I'm just pulling your leg. Idiocracy is essentially it's a look into the future, and it's quite accurate. I think we're starting to live through it.
Yeah.
That AI crushes critical thinking. You are completely right. You are skipping all the steps for the reward. So it doesn't feel like a reward. This is really important, actually. And I don't know the fix, or I don't have a closure for this conversation, but I guess that is what I'm feeling. I'm feeling like I'm building something, but am I? I don't feel the sense of reward. When I built the agency and I made a certain amount of money and I hired the next, the fifth person, then the seventh or whatever, sense of reward. I did a thing and it took time, effort, and energy and resources and so on. They are all resources, but you know what I mean? Building God tier ads, fucking hell, how many hundreds, if not thousands of hours have gone into that over the years? And now the issue of training is you could just build a training course in minutes. You just say, Claude, go and build me a training course on accounting. And they do it.
Yeah.
You don't need any expertise, and you're certainly not going to get any reward doing that, but you can do it. So it just makes a mockery of everything. And that's probably a big reason why it feels. I said that you're one of two people, and the second person who enjoys working with AI is dead between the ears. And I think it's that feeling, which is probably provocative because there's someone watching this going, "Oh, I like working with Claude every day." Yeah, but you go out and murder bunnies at night. Yeah. Anyway, Michael, what were you going to say?
No, I think there's a creative element to it, but it's just so challenging because, once again, always an open tab. Every idea can go into it. Is it removing your ability to chat to people? Like, one thing I've noticed recently for myself, I have spent hours this week just calling people and connecting with them and chatting to them about business and other things like that. And I think the world keeps disassociating us from other people to the point where the AI, we feel like we don't even need to work with clients or teammates anymore. And I'm just like, how, like, the best stuff comes from people, from a direct experience, something offhand. The AI is not good. Like, it may. I know a lot of people are going to criticize me for this but the reality is I'm using it. I'm actually using it. But I've come full circle realizing I've used it at the start. I use it so much and I'm coming back and now I'm using it for the things I need to use it for, but it's not replacing everything. Because to replace everything, I've got to build it to replace everything. And that takes so much time for specific my company, my clients. But people keep, once again, comment, fucking lick my face, and I'll give you a full agency MD file for Claude. It's like, but that hasn't been programmed for my business or my clients. So like at best, it's like one little Lego block or one little step at the start.
Why are they doing it? Why are both sides of this exchange, and the specific exchange you're talking about is on LinkedIn? People say,
people want money, man. It's money, dude. People want clout and money. They want to be selling something. It's the gold rush again. The people who got rich during the gold rush were the people selling the shovels, not getting the gold. This is the new shovels.
I sell shovels.
Yeah, but that's no, but you're actually doing something, because the shovels you're selling are based on 2 decades of experience and like working with a community as well. Well, you're old as. You're older. No, I said 2 decades, isn't it? Was it 2 decades?
16 years, but I'll take 2 decades. It makes me sound like
mate, you're real old. But that's the thing. You've done the thing, and you've done it for decades, and you've also put it in a framework with a real community who have implemented it, and you've ongoing it. This is an emerging technology. No one has. The shovels are being sold for gold that may not be there. This is the thing. It's hypothetical, almost holographic gold. I'm yet to see anyone go, and I said this to someone today, we implemented AI, our profits up 50% in the company, and our productivity and like expenses are down 75%, whatever it is. No one can show me a use case yet. It's all hypothetical. Now, I get that it takes time to build it, but when you're telling this to a small or medium business owner, like, AI is going to change your business, it's not. It's not.
Big tell. There are so many people that have implemented AI, and it hasn't actually reduced the workload anywhere near the level they thought. And secondly,
create more, because you got to learn the damn skill to implement it.
And then secondly, the performance doesn't necessarily go up. Sometimes it doesn't change meaningfully. And there's a lot of this, there's a huge amount of this in the Google ad space, and there will be exceptions, and I know now more than a dozen, because people have come to me this year confidentially. I'm not going to mention any names, agencies, whatever, but I know a number of agencies and clients, or businesses, sorry, who would have been clients of agencies that have said, yeah, we hired this AI guy or person, or we hired this guru, or we did this, or we implemented that, and it wasn't better, or it cost us so much in time, or it cost us this, or there's a lot of negative stories out there, a lot of problems. But yeah, I mean, coming full circle a bit to the feeling of it and how it's making us not think and not get the rewards. I can see a lot of, again, I keep talking about younger people, mainly because I'm slightly worried for them, which I don't want my fears to rub off on them. But they're probably thinking, you're just a boomer. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm a millennial, barely. Just an old guy now. But I think there's a lot of naivety still around all of this stuff. And yeah, when you're younger, you can endure a bit of the shit, the extra hours, the noise and all the flaky shit. But I'd just be so careful of just be like literally tracking your output. Just, what did I achieve? What did I do this week? What did I achieve? Because I was building that thing, and I got myself a dashboard. Will I even use that dashboard now? I don't even know. But, I just like take a bit of stock maybe once a week. So was that actually healthy, what I was doing in ChatGPT or whatever platform? Don't get me wrong. I use ChatGPT all the time now. I have conversations about it, about the most inane thing. I mean, the other thing was, like yesterday, I was in the garden talking to it about manure, as you do. And for stuff like that, it's great just to get some information and diagnosis and stuff like that. But when you start using it for the deeper stuff, like you say, and you're skipping the thinking, it does actually make you feel dumber.
Yeah.
And if
you're
you're a
not
young
stressing
person,
that part of your brain that makes you critically think. So then when you actually have to critically think in your life, you don't have that muscle. If you don't use like your brain,
you've
you
got to
lose.
exercise.
Like, yeah, you need to exercise it with challenges. And
You've got to,
that's the other thing. We're talking about this human element. If you're not speaking to humans, that social connection muscle that's part of your psyche is not being challenged and tested, and you're not doing all this stuff. That leads to so many mental health challenges, let alone if you're not critically thinking and you're in a professional area like marketing, advertising, finance. If you're not stressing your brain to really go deep with these things, look, that's the thing. I think it's such a beautiful element of the human nature that we get to learn and become specialized and think very deeply on things. There's a guy I like. Have you heard of Kirk Williams? He runs an agency called Zato Media.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said stop the scale as well. So I like Kurt.
Yeah. I had a chat with him and I messaged him on LinkedIn. Wonderful guy, like such an amazing guy. So shout out Kirk. But like even like that I can just tell by how he writes that he thinks deeply. And like I've never seen his agencies work. But the thing is, I know because the way he thinks, I know he's good. But like you can tell a lot by someone. One of the best compliments I've ever got from clients is like, we love the way you think. Not we love your results. They love the results, but it's like we love the way you think.
We love the way you prompt, Michael.
We love how you prompt engineer. Your prompts are sensual.
Fucking prompt. Okay, here's I'm going to throw this back at you.
Yep.
Because I love the way you think, Michael.
Yeah.
Again, someone's going to challenge this by saying, if I don't do the AI thing, I'm going to get left behind. Well, how would you respond to that person?
I would say you will feel left behind, but you won't actually be left behind. So what you need to do to stop feeling left behind is just play around with it, experiment, set a 30-minute timer every day, or when you've got a real problem, just play with it then. But you're not left behind, you'll feel left behind. But to get rid of that feeling or that itch, just play around with it, but with real problems. That's the way, like just use it on real problems then that's it. Not hypothetical things like building out a God tier ads AI tool that no one asked for, or legal or other things like tools that I've built it for. Like seriously, I've done some crazy stuff with it. But it's like, because I've learned the skill and then I've come full circle where like, I didn't really need to learn that. I just wish I knew someone just saying, Michael, just use it on real problems, but you're not being left behind. But everyone will keep telling you left behind, like if they felt left behind on crypto and meme coins and NFTs and all these other things. It's just internet bros trying to find their next grift. You know that.
Define what left behind means as well. To yourself, I don't mean to you, but to you. If you're sat there thinking, I'm going to get left behind, you need to define what that means because it's different for everyone. And the industry gurus and social media people are creating that fake narrative, and it is a fake narrative because what is left behind?
Yeah.
Because a lot of the people, and this is going to sound really arrogant, I don't mean it to be, it's just accurate because I have literally spoken to so many people over the past decade, maybe thousands. I've literally had 5,000-6,000 people go through my training. I've spoken to a lot of people. Most people are not what they seem, myself included. They are not doing as well as they say they are. They are not earning what they say they are. They are not doing the AI thing they're telling you they're doing that's leaving you behind. You can't. This is what I mean. Take some time off the internet. Take some time away from social media. Ignore that shit and actually define what being left behind means. Because get in a group with these people, go and meet them, go to an event and talk to them. Because I bet they're not as far ahead as you think they are. They're just talking a good game. And
they're usually talking to themselves, by the way. Just remember, they're talking to themselves to try and keep them self-motivated.
And selling shovels. So they're saying, hey, you should be doing this thing with AI. I'm not, but I've made it for you to use. to make me feel better about myself because I'm AI enabled or whatever. And you should be AI enabled. You should use it for real world problems, like Michael says. You hit a problem, it's like, right, I will build for this, but don't go and build stuff for the sake of it.
Yeah.
I don't know, I don't know what example I was going to use, but you just don't need to do it. And if you'll be a bit slower doing it yourself, but you'll learn and you'll get experience, and then you can apply AI to real world things. And again, these comments are not really at people that are super experienced, because they know how to, or hopefully, identify the thing that they need to automate or to assist with. But yeah, I mean, crikey, don't give away your God-given right of being able to think for yourself, because it is so powerful. Just critical thinking, actually stewing on something, taking it to bed, and it's annoying because you can't sleep because you're thinking about this problem. That's normal. It shouldn't be that you just sit there numb and give it to the machine and just go, this is my life now.
As Kirk Williams would say, like pondering over it, meditating on it, just like reflecting on it. I'll just say, look, I think you're so correct. The only thing I've really seen it worked really well for is reporting, like creating nice looking, clear reports. But then even I still had to give it, what was that, text reports?
Just a summary, just a written, a client. If you're a freelancer, you've got 10 clients or whatever, and you've got to send an email out every month. That's one thing you can automate. Put your example.
That's the interesting thing, Ed. Like, there's a very big difference between automation, which has been around for a while, and AI, artificial intelligence. The artificial intelligence sides can give commentary, but that is the AI-ish part. But like, a lot of what people are using it for is just like glorified Zapier. Now, I'm not saying Zapier is expensive, but like what I was saying before is the best thing that I've actually used it for, that clients are actually really impressed for, is getting Google Ads data in, offline data, and using APIs, not copying spreadsheets and stuff, but APIs pulling it in, making it look really nice. And then I go, actually, well, this client likes reports like this, makes it look like that. And then I go, well, this, and then I'll just say to the AI, well, here's a bit of the commentary. I'll speak to it. We did this, and this. Why? Because this, and this was what I predict. Just format that. Then it puts it in there. But my intelligence still has to go in there, my consultative nature. And maybe it can go, well, I've looked at 1,000 of Michael's previous reports. I can put that in there. But once again, that needs 1,000 of Michael's previous reports, not just some generic thing off the internet. So I think the reality of this is you've got to just be critically thinking and just do hard work that delivers results, and you'll get the expertise, so then you can use the tools. But if someone's starting off and they're like, oh, but I feel like I'm left behind, I need to use it. It's like, I promise you this, the person who chases 2 rabbits catches none. Or the whole thing is the what is it? The shortcut. What is it? Like, the shortcut is the longer way to do it. Basically, just do the hard yards of anything, and that's the shortcut. Because every shortcut you try to take, you always have to come back to the point where you're like, far out, now I'm going to actually have to learn how to do the thing properly. No one ever got to shortcut their journey.
Yeah, if your cheats and shortcuts get you they get you so far, but one day you're going to go off that track and hit a bear trap. And everyone jogging on the track is going to beat you because you're
the only shortcut you can get is work with mentors and people who have actually done the specific thing that you want and have done it, and they're further ahead. Like your God tier ads framework. You ran an agency. These are built off fundamentally true Google Ads principles that still last today.
People still buy it, even though we're in an AI world, and people still happy with it. Funny that, isn't it? It still works.
Because this is the thing, and this is what I was saying to the private wealth firm. Beyond all the intelligence and information on the internet, people just want a trusted advisor. Even if people are not working with you, Ed, one-on-one, this checklist is the trusted advisor, like approved piece of work from you. So rather than watching all these things on the internet trying to get a summary, it's like, no, here's what Ed's approved. Ed's a trusted person in this industry. Other people have used and said it's good. I'm willing to pay for it. I'm willing to implement this. Rather than just like whatever AI says, no verification, no trust factor, nothing like that as well. I think that's why, trust in this day and age now is going to be more important than anything, because people are going to be so bombarded with do this, do that, confirmation bias. Hey, you said this worked, it didn't work. Oh yeah, you're right. We just need more trust.
Yeah, that's another issue. Trust, again, going back to in-person stuff and going to these local, even if you're an introvert, and I am introverted, going to these networking events because if they can physically shake your hand and slap you on the backside, which is what they did to me, that's normal, isn't it? Then they can trust you because they can see you. And you might think, oh, you're awkward or you're uncomfortable, you got a cold sweat. It doesn't matter. Probably every other person there feels that way. But you can shake hands, you can touch. Yep. Don't let it be, lingering touches. That's the thing I was told. No more than 2 seconds. But you can't do that on LinkedIn. I can go and create a profile tomorrow, the hottest dude on the planet, all the experience, connect to 500 people, all of a sudden I look real. It's just all, I don't know, the amount of people I've seen connect to me, it was more last year, I didn't even look anymore, you could clearly tell it's an AI profile. It's just not quite right. Yeah. And it's going to get worse and worse and worse, and the internet's getting worse because of it. Peak civilization's been and gone, sadly, and peak internet has at this rate. So they're a bit of old school stuff, which slows you down as well. Oh,
got to live that slow life. Got to live that. Last thing about this AI stuff, and I know this is where it gets crazy. It's the AI content. I was chatting to, Nick from Gold Coast. He's in Forge. What's his surname? Nick Artemis?
Yeah, Nick. Before, yeah, he was before. Yeah.
Yeah, absolute legend. Like, such a great buddy of mine. We've been having a few chats recently. And a big thing is, like, him and I, like, we just see all this AI slop online. Like, and when I say slop, it's clearly AI written. And it's just like, and then I'm just saying to him, it's like, but don't these people realize that everyone knows it's AI? So, like, when you look at how I write LinkedIn, what was that?
Not everyone knows.
Well, yeah, I know. But people, it's soulless. Versus, I've just said to him, I'm like, dude, and I've never used AI to write a post on LinkedIn because, like,
no.
I don't need, this is how I write a LinkedIn post. Thought, spelling, grammar errors, cool. It's out there. I just want to share my genuine thoughts, not put it in there and go, oh, I've got to remove the M dash. I don't like that. But I think the genuine difference between, and I've got friends, by the way, who run successful businesses or do ads or any content. They're not editing their videos anymore. They're not doing anything. I think the trust factor, the raw and real factor is going to make you stand out now. Anything that's polished in terms of like video or AI content, it doesn't seem real anymore. When you're trying to connect to people one-on-one and trying to sell to people, they want real. They don't want the slicked back, real estate agent with the Mercedes, like perfect suit, hair in line, because you're like, that's not real. It's the same with the internet. You can
I've
tell
never been
things.
Again, I want to give people confidence. I've never been that. I turned up to a meeting where I was trying to charge 10 grand retainer a month. It was warm. I turned up in shorts and a t-shirt to a board meeting. They were all sat around a board in suits. And my first comment was, I walked in my laptop to stick it on their projector because they asked me to project it onto the wall. Fucking hell, you guys must be sweating. I mean, that was it. And then I carried on because that's how I am. Because it was because when I get awkward, I swear a lot and I say stuff. And got the gig because they didn't go, oh my God, he's not wearing a suit. We can't talk to that knob. They probably thought that initially, and then I showed them the thing. And the thing is actually what they're buying. They're buying into you, but not buying into your fucking Armani suit or even your M&S suit.
Yeah. But you're being real. This is the other crazy thing, Ed. It's like
Michael.
The easiest way to... What was that?
Nothing, carry on.
I was like, the easiest way to make money is where you don't feel like you're working. So if you're just yourself and you don't act and behave apart from yourself, then a certain amount of people will be attracted to you. So then when they come to do work with you, you're like, I can't believe they're paying me this money. I literally have like so many client calls, right? They call into the call. I'm like, I genuinely love working with you. I can't believe this is work because with my clients, I show up as me, the crazy, weird, wild dude. But because they know that my content's, what I say in my content is what I do with my clients. There's no like,
Got to
that's
be
fake.
true to yourself.
Because then they're like, well, now that they're working with me, they're like, I like what you did. I'm like, cool, then I'm going to do it. But if I'm like, yeah, we're doing all this crazy advanced AI stuff, and then like, cool, let's do it. I'm like, how am I supposed to do that now?
You've got to be yourself. You can't put a front on.
But it's hard when, number one, you don't
so
accept
difficult.
yourself, or number two, you're not making money. That's when it's
Everyone's
hard.
judging you all of the time, and everyone judging you all of the time are doing fuck all with their lives. So let them judge, because just be you, and it doesn't matter. I mean, if you're a little bit out of shape, do a bit of fucking exercise. You're born with what you got. You might be a 10 out of 10, you might be a 3 out of 10. Who gives a fuck? But just give it 100%, and then you can never have any regrets. I think my concern with AI and video is getting so good now that in a year, I won't be able to tell if that video I'm watching of me talking about Google Ads was actually recorded by me, because I don't remember doing it, or someone's just put it on the internet.
Yeah.
That's the issue. And we are heading into that world, which is why I think you need to front run the old school stuff a bit more, like the tactile stuff for getting in front of people. Even cold calling now. I'm not actually an AI. I'm a real person, and I'm trying to pitch you. Because I do this work, can I at least send you it? I tell you what, I won't even email you it, because you can't even trust email anymore. I'll send you a printout of the results in the post. Can I address it to you, Tony? Will you open it for me, and we can just have a follow-up next week? Yeah, it's unconventional. I know. No, I don't do that, Tony. I closed that OnlyFans account down a long time ago.
Sorry, this is Tony's wife. Sorry, this is Tony's wife. Tony passed last week.
You sound quite masculine, Tony. 2026. Anyway, the point being, most people now would respond to that more positively, because it's not a spam email or some AI slop. It's like someone, actual human, ringing them, trying to send them something in the post, which is now novel, sounds ridiculous.
You know what's crazy? Now that I think about that, a lot of my clients, they work with suppliers, like people like who do stuff, because they just reached out to them. Hey, man, saw your business. Would love to have a chat, or literally call them and they're like, man, I like this guy.
Yeah, and they might not like you, and that's absolutely fine.
That's not
people
possible.
That like
that's not possible. Don't you say that?
But it's important, because the people that like the cut of your jib will pay you, and the people that don't will tell you to piss off, and that's fine. That's life. So embrace it. Embrace the fact that 90% of people will go, leave me alone, weirdo. But 10% will be like, cool, you're my kind of guy. Yeah. How do I pay you? Yeah. For advertising. Also, if you're doing meta ads, I will say you are fucked, but that's only because they've got sorry to end on a negative, but they've got a walled garden, and their AI advertising is supremely good. John Moran showed me, and I was like, there's literally no reason for the advertiser in that, apart from creatives. Yeah, but it's AI's targeting, and it's knowledge of its audience, because it's a walled garden, is so good now that if you're doing Facebook ads, what are you actually doing?
Well, that's why you've got to get into landing pages and consulting. Just consulting, moving down.
Do you think Google will get that way? Because I think they're struggling because they aren't a walled garden.
It's because Google couldn't even get the display network to work, which is based on like almost like trying to replicate Meta's.
Well, they don't control it all.
Yeah. And
they don't control every website that serves ads. They don't control. Okay, they control YouTube now, and they control the search, but they now don't control all the AI elements that they just don't control everything. Whereas Facebook is literally, you log in, you are stuck in there until you bugger off. Yeah. And then you go over to Instagram and you're still part of the same ecosystem. Google is just, it's not, it's the internet, isn't it? Yeah. So I think Google Ads is less likely to be like ultra automated, which is what I think Meta ads are. They're ultra automated. Yeah. I think Google's, because why has Google not done it yet? If they could do it, why have they not done it? So that's a positive for the industry. Yeah. If you're into Google ads.
But I think like like look at what Google Ads was 15 years ago, 10 years ago versus what it's now. Like now you need to be like
Same
a
fucking
website.
thing, Michael.
No, but what businesses demand of you? Back in the day, you could just run search ads and that was it. Now they kind of expect you to be like giving them advice on their website, multi-channel,
Yeah.
other advisory thing. It's just that the industry moves along because they require more from their digital provider. I can guarantee you 0% of good or like, reputable Google Ads specialists are exclusively talking about Google Ads. They're talking about other things, stock levels, website, conversion rate optimization. The reality is your skill set needs to keep moving down the line. So when I did Marketly to start off with, it was Google Ads, then Meta Ads, then landing pages. Now we're doing CRMs and integrations, and we're working with enterprise companies and medium-sized companies as well. And it wasn't like, oh, how do I get more money? It's just that the industry just kept moving down the line for us and realizing the clients needed the help with it. And it wasn't that I didn't want to do it. It was just like, no, let's just take on the new challenge. The AI is the same thing. And the same thing with like a lot of these things. You just keep moving along with the journey. You just can't be, so talking about like, oh, Google Ads is going to be safe. It can be, but even if it's not, the same with Meta. You shouldn't be relying on just being a single channel expert.
No.
You need to be an expert of something, but then having a holistic approach. So then if something else changes, then you can go, cool, we pivot here, we move here. We like having more of a dance with it rather than being like, oh, fuck, like Google Ads is the only thing I can do, or Meta Ads, or whatever it is.
You don't want a ball and chain, ads or traffic. That's it. That's your bucket. And today you're using Google Ads for traffic. Next year it might be Meta. Next year it might be something completely new. It might be ChatGPT's interface. We don't really know. That's your traffic bucket. And you could be married to Google Ads until it changes to something else and you get a different traffic bucket. The positive for us Google Ads people is that most other things are walled gardens. So from a traffic perspective, they will be they will be fully automated. So you're completely right, Michael. You need to think a year or two ahead and go, oh, right, okay, so if the traffic bit becomes fully automated, so my job is budget management, is that it? No, it's the landing page, it's the offer, it's the follow-up. It's all the bits in between that your client's struggling with. They haven't got a CRM installed. They're a local service business and they're dropping their leads. They need assistance on the back end of that. There are lots of tools and facilities available that you can set them up with. Autoresponders, automated texts, and scheduling and stuff like that. These guys, it's not their job and they're not used to this stuff. And you doing that and implementing that, it's like, oh Christ, cheers, Michael.
And I think that's where, if I'm dead honest, that's where a lot of my money is made now. It's like we've got a few clients that just do Google Ads, but we pretty much like not a full service because we don't do SEO, but like e-commerce is just Google and Meta Ads. But then for lead generation, most of our clients have a landing page and a CRM, and they stay with us for years. Like they pay us more and they stay longer because they're getting what they need. They can't do it themselves. They don't want to do it themselves, and they're making money. So like, you got to just keep moving along with how the river's flowing. I'm not saying everyone needs to do this now, but just it's an easy way to enjoy it more and you learn new skills. And then once again, AI can't take that away from you because you've got so many things that, you can use AI on Google Ads, Facebook Ads, landing page, but then it's not replacing you. It's adding to what you're already creating because someone needs to manage from start to end. It's just the AI can't manage it from start to end, nor does the business owner do it, or some random person who has no experience internally can do that.
And it's not a conversation about, but it might be able to in the future. Like that, okay, well, you might get hit by a bus in the future.
That's the thing. It's kind of like, people who are anxious.
It's fear porn, Michael.
What was that?
It's fear porn.
I know.
It's what sells. It's like, be scared of the future, be scared of this. It's just like, focus on today and do it well. And just stop looking over there because that guy's shouting about it.
That's the same with the AI hypothesis about like all this stuff that you can do with it. It's like, but what's the problem here now? Like what's here now? And use it for that. And if you can't use it for that, then just don't use it. Do what you need to do.
In business, everyone's got a bucket and it's got at least one hole in it, and that liquid is the cash coming out of it, and you just got to plug their holes. Pardon the expression. and one of those holes might be scheduling calls, local business really busy, struggling to do it, and there are tools out there that do it. The two, like Dale Powell, Sam Obrot, they are
good dudes
running small agency, Atomic Marketing in the UK. They are the coaches inside Alpha, which is a gold tier ads coaching product. Those two, Sam's a landing page guru and tracking guy, and Dale's just brilliant with Google Ads. And they use AI fractionally. And they manage with their small agency, I think it's 70-something accounts, and really, really well. They get results. And they haven't AI'd everything. They haven't automated everything. They've tried hiring people to implement AI and automations. It made things worse. It wasn't as good, or it just wasn't quite there. They're still doing the work. They're still thinking and using it. They're not getting left behind.
No.
They're still growing.
Yeah.
They're not getting left behind because they haven't gone all in on AI. So if they can do it.
Yeah. And they're good dudes. I know Sam personally, like as you do, or you know Dale. I haven't met Dale, but like they're good dudes and they do good work. And really they would be there. And like when people do good work, they're doing the right things. And I can tell you this, if AI was going to do what they could do, they would have done it. They're smart as well. Yeah. They would have tinkered and tested with it. And it's been like, it ain't there yet. And we can't affect it. Like let it affect the whole portfolio.
If AI could do everything, do you think I'd be stood here every fucking day? Or sat? Because this is an up-down desk. Would I be, if it was that good, why am I still in front of this stupid computer when I've got a wonderful, I don't want to say, but I've got stuff that I could be doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So I'd got this call. I don't know if it's going to fill people with dread or enthusiasm or whatever. I don't know, but hopefully
shall we finish it off, mate? I reckon no. Look, the goal of this call is a real conversation between two people who are actually using the stuff. And I think just to break through all the noise of the market is like, look, not all glitter is gold, and it can be used for great things. And these are just different perspectives from like a practical level, an ethical level, a psychological level, a futurist level, a present moment level, just different angles. And anyone who's watched at this point, good. Hopefully you got something from it. The reality is that a lot of people who will watch this will be sitting at home, working by themselves, seeing a lot of content online, making them feel like they're left behind. But the reality is you're not being left behind. It's just a different way of working. If you want to use it, you can use it a little bit, a lot of it. And this is just us being real and raw, as we always are.
Yeah, I think, again, if you watch something and it makes you feel down, or it makes you feel irrelevant, or it makes you feel little, like this, on YouTube, you'd say, don't recommend that channel again. On LinkedIn, if you read something where someone's trying to shovel you shit or trying to scare you or trying, unfollow. Like, cleanse your palate of this crap because it's not healthy. So hopefully some of this was a palate cleanser for you.
Yeah.
And I tried to get some tactical, specific advice as well.
But that's the thing.
Because a lot of it is theoretical.
Yeah, think for yourself, use critical thinking, have direct experience, speak to real clients, speak to real people, have real connections. That's where the joy of life comes from. And also, that's where the real stuff comes from as well. You know, content online is false 90% of the time. If you talk behind the scenes with these people, you're like, oh, they do it very differently. So people do content for content's sake, for clout's sake, to sell stuff. So just, give yourself the permission and the grace just to go, cool, I do want to learn it because I just want to feel like it, but just it's not going to be the end of my life if I don't. How's that, Ed?
Amen, sister.
Beautiful. Okay, Ed Leake, God tier ads and God tier ads AI.
You don't need to pitch anything. You don't need to pitch anything. I'm not on the internet. I am, but I've stopped posting videos. I've stopped posting on social media. People know where to find me if they really want to. I don't get about a pitch.
Okay, we'll leave it there. Thanks, guys, for listening. Thank you, Ed. What a great chat. Chat soon.